Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 3rd to the 9th of July 2023. We have a very reflective and retrospective week as we start off with the full moon in Capricorn. So this takes us back 6 months to the 22nd of January when we had the new moon in Capricorn, and this one is at 11 degrees. So in your chart the degrees are shown in numbers next to the planets, so you'll be looking to find where Capricorn is, what house it's in, and if anything is around that 11 degree point. So the full moon in Capricorn opposite the Sun and Mercury in Cancer gives this a double reflective energy, the moon as an inner reflective energy on one hand, and then with the Sun in Cancer, very watery, tuning into our emotional intelligence, the inner wisdom and deep feeling. And Capricorn always takes us deep within our mountain. It's the backbone in the body, so we're feeling the strength at our core, returning to the centre if we've been pulled outwards, letting go of the mind and any distracted thoughts, and going to the still and calm place deep within us all. Capricorn is the mountain, the builder, the architect. So if we go back to late January, which mountain have we climbed? What have we built? What have we been the architect of? And now we've climbed to the top of that mountain. Was it worth it? We often achieve many of our goals in life only to realise that we set them from the wrong place in the first place. So by centering in the depths of ourselves, by feeling the soul's call, setting intentions from that place will mean that the climb is worth it and the effort reaps rewards. So we're halfway through the year now with this full moon. Time to take stock, look at the view, give ourselves credit for things that we have achieved, but also revise what we're putting our energy into and the value systems behind that. With Mercury in Cancer, the mind can easily go and explore the emotional depths, the reason for our actions, our motivations, and what's really stirring in our waters. So a time to stop, realign, reassess, revise, and make realistic intentions for the next 6 months. Neptune has just turned retrograde, and Neptune rules Pisces, so again a very watery, reflective aspect here, taking us back to our spiritual core, where we're coming from, what we're tuned into, what really matters to us on a soul level. As plans, intentions and actions coming from that space will always be guaranteed to bring great results. And that's where our energy is never wasted. So deeply soulful tone there with Neptune in Pisces, adding to the harmonic vibration of this full moon. But beyond that, taking us all the way through to early December. So why did your soul really come here? What are you curious about? What are you excited about? What frequency is unique to you? What are you here to truly express? As we're heavily trained in the modern world to think of external actions and goals, and yet to know thyself is one of the most sacred quests of all. So to not get caught up in the human story, to wake up to a to-do list, to run ourselves ragged and waste our energy, this moon calls us to really find our inner calling and align with what's most meaningful, purposeful and profound in our own being. We have Mars and Venus working together in Leo, much more personal and bright, heart-centered and creative energy. And as we know, Venus is heading towards a retrograde at the end of July, but from the 20th of June until that point, we're looking to see what's the story. Things that come up now, come into your awareness, will be showing you what can be changed when the actual retrograde is upon us. So the reason that the houses are important in our chart is that will be happening different places for different people. If Venus retrograde is in your first house, then there's a revision of who you are at core and how you're coming across to the world. In the second house, self-worth and self-esteem and value. In the 8th house, deepening connections with others and learning to come from a place of building shared energy rather than psychological histories and projections. So the houses are the sections of our chart. They go from 1 to 12. It's easy to find graphics online explaining what each one means, and then it's easy to go and find that in your own chart so that you can personalise the Venus retrograde story and really make the most from it. But in general, it's about finding the creative inner child, letting go of some of the worries of the world, coming back to a sense of purity and joy, and firing up and amplifying that energy and sending it out, as that's what will be returned back. So a very creative summer ahead, but some changes will be required. We'll be shown where we're out of alignment. So weaving all this together, just for a couple of days this week, stop and look back 6 months to the new moon in Capricorn. What have we built? What have we put our attention to? Was it worth it? Is it to our core benefit? What are our core values? With Neptune turning retrograde for the next 6 months, making sure that our spiritual mastery, finding our true, unique frequency and aligning with what really calls us, can be placed into our intentions. So the work we do is more internal rather than reaching out for things externally. And with Mars and Venus, knowing that what we're sending out energetically, according to what we're feeling, what we're firing up inside, is how we effortlessly attract back to us. So do we even really need to make effort? Or should the effort be to really pinpoint who we truly are deeply, let go of some of the human stories, limitations and beliefs, and then start to manifest in a more free and easy fashion? So 3 very interesting energies, all weaving in, all with their own timelines, all different frequencies on the radio that we can tune into, personalise when we can find it in our chart, and benefit from by putting our focused conscious awareness where it's most wanted. And that's really what astrology is. It's priority and pacing for where we place our attention, but the ultimate goal is to unlock the unique vibrational signature that is the patterning of the planets in your chosen birth chart. So if you'd like to explore that with me, I am available, zoehind7@gmail.com. We can dive into your chart. I can teach you during a reading, or I also have courses with notes and videos. I include tarot because they go perfectly together, so we can actually show you your chart in some visuals that may resonate more strongly with you. And we can include numerology as well. So for a holistic session, whether it's astrology, tarot, learning, or coaching to release the past and align with your true self, then I'm available for sessions which are recorded for you to keep and listen back to. I post these videos on my YouTube, zoeastro, where there's also a video for each planet and a video for each sign, so you can do some learning for yourself. And this is all on the deeper esoteric meaning of the planets and signs, not the personality types and horoscopes that you might see in the mainstream world. You can find me on Facebook at AstroZo, Instagram at zoehind7, but mainly just email me if you'd like to explore in a one-to-one. So a couple of days for the full moon, a half-year reflective, whole summer for the Venus retrograde story to play out, and 6 months going forwards to find our soul tone with Neptune retrograde. Gives us the priority and pacing and the signposts along the way as to where our energy will be best placed. So wishing you a transformative week, and I'll see you next week.